into action in the Korean War. They were also flown by observation squadrons of the US Marine Corps in Korea. And only one bird dog was actually flown by the RAF, by a single RAF flight.
And as we watch this display out at sea to fire a salvo of 16-inch caliber shells, it could be artillery pieces, but its job was to get very low, very close to the enemy, and then pass that information back. That is a very serious military role.
Yeah, the Forward Air Controller Airborne, as we now call it, FAC-A.
So capabilities that we're seeing, very manoeuvrable, good slow speed handling is exactly what it needs for that role, but not so good in terms of surviving the battlefield.
Nonetheless though, Andy, I mean, you were talking about how the Major Boang Lee of the South Vietnamese Air Force, who on the morning of the 30th of April 1975 took off from Con Son Island to escape the end of fighting in South Vietnam as the North Vietnamese overran Southern Territory, and of course Saigon was evacuated. He flew his little bird dog out over the South China Sea, hoping to find a US Navy carrier to land on, and he ended up doing so. He landed on USS Midway, and it was the first bird dog ever to touch down, part of the role that Andy was describing earlier, marking enemy positions. And on top of the wing you can see there's a huge 8-foot tall whip antenna, and that was used so that the aircraft could maintain communications with ground stations when it was getting very low down over the battlefield. For example, low literally in